The genesis of the Alliance came out of the need for consistent scientific-based information that just simply was hard to get a hold of back in the early 2000s. And so the CWD Alliance sticks to a fairly strict regiment of researching and putting out types of information that can be defended by science and not opinion, not speculation, non-advocacy. Well, some of the latest research findings include information we know about the prions themselves. We were sort of on the fence whether prions were the causative agents of chronic wasting disease. We're pretty certain now, and we know a lot about how those prions work in the animal. We understand more where those prions are found in the animals. For instance, it's present in blood, it's present in saliva. Those two body fluids as well as other fluids can cause infectivity in other animals, so it's a logical conclusion if it's in the blood, it's pretty much in every tissue. If we understand how the prions are shed, we can have a pretty good understanding of how animals might contract them. Nose-to-nose interactions, perhaps fighting between individuals and there's an exchange of blood, perhaps mineral licks where soils are heavily contaminated with prions. Sites where carcasses have decomposed, the prions will last much longer than the actual body tissues of the animal. We understand how to sample for the disease and how to test for it a little differently based on where the prions accumulate in different species. We have some specific tools for sampling deer, we have some specific tools for sampling elk. We now understand that because of the way prions misfold, and again these are misfold isoforms of normal prion proteins, that there may be some opportunities for a vaccine in the future. Some work coming out of Canada is promising, indicating there may be some utility in a vaccine in the future, although its application for wild serpids is probably very limited.
Is CWD a real disease? It's absolutely a real disease. It has real impacts on individual deer. It has real impacts if the prevalence gets high enough on deer populations. It's absolutely real, and it's here to stay.